the stock, sometimes not all the routes are working, and your orders will go through a little bit slower. Sometimes they're very quick, but other times they're a little slower. Chris says it's a lockout for 1 year, so that may be true, and that's certainly good for traders that want to get in anytime in the next few months. But for me, this is all short-term stuff. I'm not going to buy and hold. If we look at the Facebook IPO or other tech stocks, a lot of them IPO and then sell off and switch to 500. Maybe take 500, maybe add to 1,000, maybe go up to 1,500 or 2,000 if it's, if it seems strong, if it's good.
So I guess what happened with Facebook is...
Sounds like it's still around $24. So we should be opening here pretty soon. So, it's hard to say for me. We've had IPOs where as soon as they open, they squeeze up too. And since you can't really short it, you would think you would only have buyers, but it's the banks that are I guess supporting the IPO that provide those matches. So there are market makers that are going to be on the bid and on the ask, creating the spread, and this will be an interesting one to see. This is probably the most hyped up IPO we've had in at least a year. I can't remember the last one that was really big, but I know traders have been talking about this for a while, and if I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to end up being like a dud or a non-event, because it seems like when they get really hyped up, it ends up just not being something that's easy to trade for. We're right in between that spread.
Okay,
yeah, TD shows 17 by 29.99, so my speed trader doesn't show anything, it's completely blank, and I'll sell on the bid.
But we will be bringing you, of course, as soon as we can, that particular opening trade. But as you can hear around me, the buzz is building. People are excited. They want to see what these shares are going to be trading at. We're hearing that they are closing, as I said. The people around me saying 24 million. There we have it. We are at 22.
Too late.
Immediately starting to slide. $23.61. But remember, this is a big uptick. We are talking a 40% pop on the share price, up from $17 where it priced yesterday. Much excitement, and so congratulating. The guy's telling me that was 24 million shares being traded, about 10 to 12% on the 200 million that were initially put into the market by Snap.
See that offer? Oh my God.
Yeah, and Caroline, we asked it earlier, we've got to ask it again as shares are resting around $24. Is it toppy?
See this?
That's the key question. Well, the markets are toppy, aren't they?
Look at this.
Record highs. This is a sort of perfect storm for Snap to be putting their
33 million shares traded at the moment. How big is the float?
Will average revenue per user start to increase? Can they vindicate that valuation of some 21 times future revenue? Well, that was much more than Facebook currently trades at. It trades about 10 times, and indeed Twitter trades at about 4 times. But remember, on the days that Facebook first came to the market, they had a profit, unlike Snap, but they still came to market at about 19 times future revenue. So maybe we'll see those numbers being clung on to for the time being. Certainly, we're seeing $24 a share. That's a nice little pop on the open. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley will be congratulating themselves today.
They will, or is there the possibility that they left some money on the table, Caroline? I mean, it's a 45% pump right now at 24.81.
But they always want that juicy uplift. And remember, Twitter popped at more than 70% on its opening debut. So I think it is the fine art and the balance that they want to see. Many felt that the orders were generally coming in at 18 to 19.
My mind's not even used to knowing how many shares that is on the ask. I feel like I should maybe sell half up here, but at the same time I could see it definitely getting over 25. It just needs some more big buyers. sitting at 25.
Caroline, great
Well,
job.
the current
Great
candle
timing.
is 80, so maybe
Record
stop
at
for
the
79
New York
shares.
Stock
But
Exchange.
wouldn't be too
Let's
much
look at that,
risk. It wouldn't be silly.
$24.98. That's up by
So will we break
46.59%.
over
Do
25?
not forget, we're interviewing Tom Farley, the
My
NYSE
mind's not even
president.
used to knowing
He'll be the
how many
NYSE
shares
CEO
that is
later.
on the app.
Do not miss that as well. Of course, Snap IPO taking place on the NYSE. This
I
is
feel like I should maybe sell half up here.
Shoot.
For
But
those who
at the same
peer
time,
into
I
rock
could
pools
see it definitely
and
getting over
gaze
25.
up at starry
It just needs
skies
some more big buyers.
and seek out places with strange names
Well,
and
the current
curious
candle is
histories,
80, so maybe stop at
and
79.
quietly ponder the
You can see
vastness
how this has
before
gone
them,
down to 13,
asking why, where, and how.
down to 12.
This is
There
Curiosity
you go,
Street,
8.
where you
Ah,
can stream
too
incredible
late.
documentaries from the world's best filmmakers,
mid-stop
ad-free, on demand, and on any device anywhere in the world. Exclusive programs updated weekly that explore the big questions in science, technology, history, and nature
Okay.
that reward your curiosity
Alright.
and feed your brilliant,
So didn't work.
inquisitive mind.
So that was
Monthly subscriptions start at just
So I got the offering here, getting soaked, ready to get the 25, and I got 25.15, and I lost it all. So I was, hold on,
and then it was gone back down here. So
I was $100 up on the day, and now I'm 38 down. So
I'm way back down. So we got 50 million shares of volume, $347. I'm happy with that. I don't care. It's a win. It was a good trade, good entry point. I had a solid point. I didn't lock up the whole point. I guess locked up about 60 cents or something, 70 cents. So now at this point, I would watch the 5-minute chart, see if we get a clean 5-minute setup. The first one will be high, like watch. Obviously, volume. It's going to let's see. So that's actually high, 20%, or up to $20.
thank you so much.
And yeah, every trade right now is on the stock, so it's really volatile. Anyway, for me, I did a place that it's 24, it's down, we got a little lower, $100 shares. I think $1,000, but we're low, so we did, so we got close, $100, and we got $1,000. So now we're covered, a little half a lot today, so I'm only $50, and that's kind of equivalent with a little bit more. We're going to do like, we're going to see quick me, so I'm going to start trading again, use the order, latency, but my concern would be just awesome, but here was 25.17 and down to 43, so I'm going to see 4 and 5 minutes, and that's we are not, we are not go. This is really sharp, so it's a super low stock, but it's not going to be, I think it's a stock, over the half hour to the 30s, we'll see. Okay, so let's IPO. Maybe not IPO, nothing money, but I just want to trade on those trade stocks for IPO. You can see just how regular it is. Probably about the same kind of volume in the span of whatever's been 8 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes of share volume. So we're doing just 10 minutes volume a minute. Alright, so all I'm going to do is come back down before. Again, you know what down 1 minute to screw up these all breaks. So I will trade 5 minutes up. And I think that it's going to be a fairly crowded stock, which is fine. There's crowded if there's unbiased where. Alright, so I'll turn down the news. We're coming back down closer to 24. Again, the only place I would consider this now, the 1 minute is too screwed up with these false breaks. So I would only trade a 5-minute setup. And I think that it's fair to say this is going to be a fairly crowded stock, which is fine that it's crowded if there's a common bias where most traders have a long bias or most traders have a short bias, because then you'll have an imbalance and the stock will move cleanly and quickly. But when you have, tug of war, it can get tricky. When you get a big rejection of a level like this, traders are, some traders are going to be buried, and so be a little bit more difficult. I really wouldn't want to see a break below $24 for a 5-minute setup. Right now, I could see this kind of flagging out, and then maybe an entry over like $24.50, $24.75, or $25, but we would need to see this base out a little bit more. Right now we don't even have our moving averages. There's not even enough candles to really form them. All right, guys. So I think that'll do it for me for the morning. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the Snapchat IPO. I've got to reload e-signal here.
No, not yet.
And I'm on 2 different computers, so my other computer.
In terms of large IPOs, particularly technology IPOs, we know that many are looking towards the big private companies, whether it be Dropbox next, whether Spotify in Europe. Are you anticipating more tech IPOs for the New York Stock Exchange?
I think, first of all, if you go back a year ago, we had 0 IPOs at all in the first quarter of 2016. This is our 13th, I think, this year in the first quarter, and we have a whole bunch more coming in March and April. Very full calendar, unless something changes. It's not the big tech names, which is the premise of your question. I will tell you, I know firsthand, those big tech names are watching very closely what happens today, and it can alter plans, it can pull IPOs forward or backward. So, look, as a person who runs a business that benefits from IPOs, I take comfort that this IPO was very smooth and that they got what many describe as a healthy valuation.
So do you feel 2017 is going to be a year of yet more companies coming public, whether or not they be from tech or any of the others?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. Listen, things can change, right? In August 24 of 2015, it was a very volatile day, and the IPO market shut. So I'm not prognosticating. I'm just saying, again, the number of IPOs we have planning a particular date, plus those that are in process, is very, very high.
How important is it to you to diversify, to ensure that you do have cross sectors that are looking to come and list within IC?
Oh, it's hugely important. I'll give you an example. We're very large in oil and gas. We're the global leader in oil and gas. That's now a very hot sector. If we had ignored that sector over the last 2 years as oil plumbed the lows, $30 a barrel, we wouldn't be getting those IPOs as they're coming back. But now they're coming back. Oil's at 50, and that's helping us fill out our IPO calendar because tech is relatively slow. Conversely, at the end of this year, who knows? Maybe tech will be hot, maybe even some of those big names, I don't know. And oil and gas may be slow. So that diversity is very important for us.
How does the market play into all of this? Because we are at heady highs, we are record highs across many an index. Is that a cause for caution or optimism when you're looking at it?
I think in terms of IPOs, because we're talking on the day to Snap IPO, there's kind of 3 things that matter. The absolute level of asset prices, we're at all-time highs, as you point out. Volatility, and the lower the better. And frankly, we're at all-time lows, or long-run lows at a minimum. And then interest rates. And it doesn't necessarily matter are interest rates high or low, but are they stable? And interest rates are quite stable. So this happens to be the trifecta in terms of IPO environment. Things are quite good. Now, if any one of those falters, let's say asset prices were to drop, that doesn't mean the IPO calendar goes away. It just means that not all 3 factors are kind of hitting on all cylinders.
So we're in a perfect storm right now when it comes to IPOs.
I wouldn't call it a perfect storm, but we're in the trifecta. I just coined the trifecta. But things are going well.
Okay, and so when you were looking for Snap to be coming and listing the New York Stock Exchange, what is it that you had to offer? What was it that you promised that made it the more obvious choice rather than the NASDAQ?
Well, I'm really proud. We have such a good team, and so I can say this with all due humility. Our team has created this environment where large IPOs inevitably choose the NYSE. We have 28 straight as of today. So if you look at a large IPO is generally raising 700 million or more. This is 28 straight, maybe 27. But you get the idea. And so we really had to just go to Snap and say, look, we care deeply about your business, and we're going to be there for the long haul every step of the way throughout the life of your listing. And it was made that much easier because, frankly, I was pitching it personally along with some colleagues, and we like it. I snap with my daughters, my 3 daughters. I'm snapping right now with my wife, who happens to be in Africa on a service project. So it was fun.
You get it. You drink it. You drink the Kool-Aid when it comes to Snap.
It was fun.
So big IPOs, are they here to stay for 2017? Not only just the lineup and the calendar, but you think we'll see some of these in excess of $3 billion raise?
So based on the facts on the ground, because I don't want to make projections. The vast bulk of the IPOs, there may be an odd exception, are not this size.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is the largest IPO in 3 years.
Yeah.
So no, they are not IPOs that are planning on raising $3 billion, but they could, and there could be a few of those. It's hard to say.
And you were just talking about how perhaps you would see more volatility if the retail were piling in. Do you feel that it is institutional buyers that have been hot and frenzied for wanting to get into these tech IPOs? How would you feel demand, and where is the demand stemming from, particularly internationally?
Well, typically, and I worked a bit with the underwriters on this particular IPO, but by and large, they're the experts, and I didn't delve into it too deeply, so I don't want to project to your audience that I know all the ins and outs of who's holding these shares. But typically in this sort of IPO, it's very institutional heavy, and the retail will join in that initial IPO, in that initial trade, but then we'll come in shortly thereafter. But again, it's still trading right around 24, and so it's not the fear that somehow retail would come in and bid it way up or sell it way down. I think that process, unfortunately for your viewers, it took 2 hours.
Yeah.
But that process of really kind of flushing out of the weeds, who are the buyers, who are the sellers, which is something we do uniquely here, it worked great.
Yes, certainly. Goldman Sachs, that stabilization role, holding it stable for now. Thomas Farley, great to get some of your time. Thank you very much for being none other than the president of the New York Stock Exchange, Thomas Farley, here live from the NIC, Bonnie, in the studio.
Great reporting, Caroline. Thank you for that great interview. And just to let you know, Snap trading at 24.73 right now. Mark.
Bonnie, let's check out what's happening to European equities. We're finishing for the day 0.00%. That tells you everything you need to know about today. We were stuck in a very narrow trading range. We were down by 1/5 of 1%. We were up by 1/10 of 1%. Those were the margins, the band. And look at that, 0.00. Utilities, pure defensive, best performing industry group. Basic resources, which has led the rally in the last 14 or 15 months, is the worst performing industry group today. We've got a golden cross on our hands, Bonnie, which is exciting for you technical analysts out there. In the European Healthcare Index, the Stock 600 Healthcare Index, this is when the 50-day moving average breaks the 200-day moving average. It's fascinating because this is a gauge that's risen 6.6% in February, beating all other industry groups. The laggards caught up with the broader rally that began in November. Fears the US government would set drug prices. Ahead of the US election, this Stock 600 Healthcare gauge, by the way, fell to the lowest level in 2 years. Since then, it's rebounded by 15%. That's the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. A golden cross is what it's known as. Sticking with the drugs theme, Roche today, look at those shares, 6.5% higher today. Biggest gain since 2008. It's breast cancer medicine, Perjeta, succeeding in the drug maker's most hotly anticipated patient study. This study was very, very important for Roche to defend its breast cancer franchises. Herceptin, which is a number 2 seller, faced its first competition from cheaper generic copies. Now sales of Herceptin and Perjeta could reach
apparently
$9 billion
that guy
by 2021.
didn't want us to push the stock up or down. So I'm looking to sell to highs 25, 25, 20. I don't want to add on this because I feel I'm gonna get stopped out, so I'm taking the risk right now. Nah. So you can see the pattern there on the 5 minutes, but you don't see the volume. We need more volume to push to really set this up and break 25.20. Cosita. Well, we still have like some more minutes to close. Okay, 25. So should I sell? Am I gonna regret if I sell? Yeah, I'm gonna wait. So I'm willing to stop down at that moment. You can see that resistance on 25 at this moment. Looking to see sellers washing out here. I mean, being soaked, being bought out. I don't see the sellers there at the moment. So, okay, you can see that there. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see if there's really enough buyers to buy at 25. Oh shit. Can't see any buyers at this moment. It's hard to see what is happening. Nah. It looks like there is not enough buyers buying those 25. Ah, it's so hard, man. One more attempt. One more. Break, 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 break. So my thoughts are, you need to buy all those sellers to be able to break to 25.20. You see, nobody's buying. Now the stock is dropping. It's like there was too many sellers. Let's see. I see the setup here on the 5 minutes. It didn't break. That's not good. I should have placed it here. To be close. You see, that's the problem. You have the breakout candle, the candle to make a new high with no volume, with less volume than the previous one. So that's what I'm watching. Remember, and I'm an expert. I'm learning. And it's going down. So, like I said before, I'm willing to stop out. And I'm going to stop this time to 24.50 because the view up has gone up. Oh, I hate this thing. I should have left some room. Not sure what I'm doing right now. Gonna go to the bathroom really quick. Okay. No. Well, this is not going anywhere. Let's see what the chat room is saying. They are getting out at 24.80. 25 was very tough. You know, this guy is in at 25.05 with 500 shares. So right now he's getting pretty scared, because I would be scared. Yeah, people is putting orders at 25. That's for sure. So if there is enough people buying at 25 to break that resistance, How do I know? I don't know. Time for a coffee. Yeah, my price is pretty close to the view one. Okay, we're getting close again. Nope. You can see that 5-minute pattern. To me, that 5-minute pattern is not good. It's not enough strength to break 25. I just want to be on 25.30 right now to see what happens and to see if I will hold or I will sell. Okay. Some buyers. I can't see anything. I just see green. Okay. There's the sellers again. No volume. I mean, there is volume obviously, but not enough volume to break. I'm just drinking vanilla coffee. Shoot, man. I mean, just with 200 shares. I would like to be 500 shares, but I made a huge mistake and I'm down $43. So I don't want to be red again. Yesterday I was red 400 and I don't want to be red again. Nope. So I don't want this to wash down fast and stop me out without getting at least 10 bucks. Okay, there it is. Break. That's not good. That is not good right there. Come on, 25.20. Yes, you see? 25.20. That was the previous high. Yeah, I could see the orders there, and that's not good again. Nope. Nope, doesn't want to break. Now, should I add here at 25? Because, nah, that's a bad idea. Come on. I gotta remember that I am trading the 5-minute chart. So, I gotta wait for the 5-minute candle to close. I cannot just... I'm watching the 1 minute. But I remember I got to watch the 5-minute. So let's see what the next candle does. And I'm going to stop down at 24.70. Okay. Come on, please. 25.50. 25.50, please. I think it's gonna go to 25.50. Oh God. So this guy is happy. What? Let's see what he's saying.
It's a red to green move.
It's a red to green move. Red to green move. I'm done. I don't want to be here. So I'm gonna get out.
But you know what? I had the right idea there for the break of 25. And I think I was kind of inclined just to take the profit because I saw that big seller there, 25.25. And I thought,
I want to sell.
Time it did a really hard rejection.
Come on, 25.50. Show me what you got. Okay. So I'm going to sell and then I'm going to see if I can get another entry. You see, that's my discipline being tested right there. I'm supposed to be selling and I want to. Okay, let's do it. Oops. What? I couldn't sell.
Can you guys hear me?
Boom. Alright.
Okay, good. Got it back.
Hope I don't regret it. So that was my quick trade there. 2 candles of a trade. That's not good. I mean, you know what? I should have waited. If this candle closes like that, I'm supposed to be in. Yeah. Whatever.
Alright, let me bring up.
I'm green again, so let's leave it like that. So the reason you don't have to be, hold on. The reason you shouldn't get hyped out of from this IPO is you can make more money with less risk in other stocks. So that's something that we have to keep in mind. So let's just learn from this IPO. That's why I choose to do 200 shares, because I always do big sizes. I could put an order of 800 shares. I'm paper trading, so I could put the order there, but I would be so nervous. I'm sorry. So the support line that I drew is getting broke, and there it is, a big washout. And now it's gonna be pretty hard to get to 25.40 to break that resistance. So good. And you never get to 25.50. Let me write down the chat. So cold in here. Is it cold or I'm nervous? So there is nothing else to watch. Oh, nice. This guy's got 24 average price and sold 25.39. That's great. Yeah, so I'm going to end that the video. I'm going to end up here, guys. So I hope you learned something, not from me, from the chart, from the IPO, from the level 2. I'm a beginner and you should know that I kind of don't know what I'm doing. So go to study. Okay, that is it. I'm gonna set up my YouTube account and I'm gonna upload this video.
Yes, midday recap in just about 5 minutes.